Good morning, Martinel.
Good morning.
So I am here to interview you about the implementation of school curriculum, as you, learner, are one of the stakeholders of the said implementation.
Okay.
The world today is still experiencing a said chronic disease or virus called COVID-19. The implementation of the curriculum in all schools were being affected and were changed because of the pandemic. But they are still aiming that during this time of pandemic, no students will left behind, where the students can still gain more knowledge and skills even if they are not learning at school, that can help them to compete to others and in the global context. So, as a student, what is your greatest contribution to the implementation of the curriculum, especially in this time of pandemic?
My greatest contribution in the implementation of the curriculum in this time of pandemic was to accept it. And I make sure to do all my best in answering my module with the guide of my parents. Especially, I take responsible for the future of my learning and to pay back the effort behind this implementation of curriculum and do all my best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Martinel, for answering my interview. God bless you and stay safe. Good morning, Mom.
Good morning, Yan.
I am Marianel Panyatansip, third year education student of Baiso Calapi campus. So I am here, Ma'am, to interview you about the implementation of school curriculum, as parents are one of the stakeholders of the said curriculum.
Okay, you may now start.
The world today is still experiencing a said chronic disease or virus called COVID-19. The implementation of the curriculum in all schools were being affected and were changed because of the pandemic. But they are still aiming that during this time of pandemic, no students will left behind, where the students can still gain more knowledge and skills even if they are not learning at school, that can help them to compete to others or in the global context. So as a parent, what is your greatest contribution to the implementation of the curriculum, especially in this time of pandemic?
As a parent, during the time of traditional face-to-face classes, we are only supporters, providers to our learners in terms of educational materials, in terms of food, allowances, contributions, and giving consent to other school activities. But now, as the COVID-19 hits the entire world, that affects our nation also, the form of education was changed. Mostly parents and guardians become also a teacher to our learners. Since our learners are only at home, we, parents and guardians, must have to help them discuss, let them understand their curriculum or subjects. So for now, for us, it is really very hard because we have to research, we have to study their subjects so that we can teach them the right answer. Okay, so hopefully in this time we have to continue support, provide for our learners so that they can continue their learning process and preparing for their better future. So parents and guardians never stop supporting and providing them. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mom, for your valuable time in answering my interview. God bless you, Mom. Stay safe and see you around.
Likewise, Ma'am Yan.
Good afternoon, sir. I am here to ask you a question or to conduct an interview about the implementation of the school curriculum during this time of pandemic. But before that, I will read first a situation. So,
Okay.
this is the situation. The world today is still experiencing a said chronic disease or virus called COVID-19. The implementation of the curriculum in all schools were being affected and changed because of the pandemic. But the implementers or stakeholders like you, where the students can still gain more knowledge and skills even if they are not learning at school, that can help them to compete with others or in the global. So, as a teacher, what is your contribution on the implementation of the school curriculum during this time of pandemic?
So, okay, thank you. So, as a teacher, our mode of learning through this time of pandemic is through modular learning. This means that we as a teacher give modules to our students in different kinds of subject areas.
So, how often did you give modules to your students?
We give modules to our students once a week. This means that school to get their modules on that scheduled time. But impossible that the students cannot go to our school to get their modules because of some problems, financial problems.
Financial problems.
So, me as their teacher, I am the one to bring the modules to their home and give the modules to him or his personally.
So, how can you assure that the students will learn based on the instructional materials given?
So maybe we can assure that the students learn the modules that we are going to give to their so through if the students can get the average or passing grades, or when the students have no complaint about the modules that we give. For example, if the modules have no clerical error, mathematical error, if the modules are well written, cleared copy, without wrong in the punctuation mark or any grammatical error. So in that case, if the students are no complaints, so we found that the students can learn the modules that we give to them.
So, I'm glad, sir, that you spare your time to me to have or to conduct an interview. So, thank you.
My contribution in the implementation of the school curriculum this pandemic is very important since I have to check, evaluate, and critique the prepared virtual lessons of the teachers. I should see to it that the assessment of learning and assessment for learning are given emphasis to have a visible transfer of learning in such a way students will be able to create and apply his learning in real life situation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon.
I am here to ask you a question or to conduct an interview about your contribution on the implementation of the school curriculum during this time of pandemic. But before that, I will read first this situation. So, the world today is still experiencing a said chronic disease or virus called COVID-19. The implementation of the curriculum in all schools were being affected and changed because of the pandemic. But the implementers or stakeholders like you are still aiming that during this time of pandemic, no students will left behind, where the students can still gain more knowledge and skills that they can use to compete others and in the global. So, for you as an SK chairman in our barangay and also a part of the stakeholders, what are your contribution on the implementation of the
We SK officials do different activities like we giving face masks to students, then we conducted different seminars or lectures which is heart to heart talk symposium, Then we giving educational kits to students. Then uh-huh.
Also the allowance. Okay. I thought also the allowance for the
Yes,
students.
but ongoing pa ang kuan, ang processing niya. Then,
You also cooperate with the teacher.
yes, I also cooperate with the teachers
Teachers.
for some activities. Then we also we also donate ni og kanang bond paper sa schools
Schools.
para gamitin sa mga teachers. Then and also ang kung unsay ang sa teachers namo amo sa response sa oo. Then then nagkuhan sad mi og kanang feeding program sa mga bata. Oo. Then nagkuhan sad mi og kanang tutor bitaw sa mga bata. Kung kinsa tong magpa-tutor. Maor man sir na.
I'm so glad that you spare your time this teacher man. So thank you for your time and cooperation. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. You're welcome.